This practice is called Rain for Self-Compassion, and it's adapted from meditation teacher Tara Brach. You can take some moments to find your way of sitting that will support you for the next 15 or 20 minutes. Adjusting your posture so you're feeling as comfortable as possible, so you're relaxed and at ease, and also alert and awake. As you're ready, you might close your eyes or keep them softly open if you prefer. And let the attention go inward. And we can begin by just breathing or focusing on a chosen anchor, perhaps ambient sounds or the feelings in your hands or feet or sit bones. And we can extend our breath, breathing in long and deep, filling the chest and the lungs, and a slow out breath. You might feel the sensations of the breath leaving the nostrils, then inhaling again. A deep, full in-breath and a slow, even out-breath. See if you might sense a letting go. Letting go. And once again, inhaling deeply. And that slow out breath, relaxing outward, letting go. And then allowing the breath to come back into a natural rhythm. Being aware of the presence that's right here. Senses awake. You might take a moment to scan through your body and sense what might want to let go just a little bit more right now. It can be very helpful to feel your face and let the eyes soften. Maybe bring a slight smile to the mouth. to let go a bit in the shoulders. See if you can soften. Let there be an openness to the chest and softening the belly. Letting the next breath be received in a softening belly. This breath. Now this one. And again. Now widening your attention so you can feel the whole body breathing or feeling. Opening to receive the breath or other sensations. Relaxing, settling with the out-breath. And again, sensing the quality of presence that's right here. And it's from presence that I invite you to scan your life. Notice if perhaps there's a repeating situation going on that brings up some emotional reactivity or self-judgment, where in some way you turn on yourself. Feeling whether it's self-aversion or just in some ways that critical voice takes over some. Just scanning and looking for that, where you might be turning on yourself. And with an intention not to land on something traumatic, as that may not serve so well in this moment. It can be helpful to start with smaller occurrences over time, building our skills to be with more challenging things. Of course, sometimes trauma just shows up anyway. And there's nothing wrong with you if more difficult things just arise. This is what the human mind and body sometimes do. You can acknowledge the presence of very difficult things, welcoming all. You may then find it a bit easier to step back a pace or two. mentally, emotionally, physically, from a memory that is too much for being with fully right now. You can know and acknowledge to your heart that all parts are welcome, and that you are working on supporting yourself with the skills needed to be with and to navigate many challenges. Maybe whatever situation you're calling up has something to do with your relationships with others. Maybe something to do with habits or health, something to do with work. When you've landed on something, you can think about the situation that most illustrates it. The situation that might have happened where those feelings of self-judgment came up. You can think about where you are when it's happening. Bring to mind the room you're in, or if it's outside where you are. And if there's somebody else involved, see them, their face, what they might be saying. So you reconnect with the actual experience some. And you might start to sense, what's the worst part of this for you? The R of rain is to really pause and recognize, okay, what's happening? And to notice whatever's most predominant. It may be that inner critical voice, or it may be a feeling of fear, anxiety, shame, agitation, distress. Maybe there's criticism, but also numbness. To recognize, it can really help to just whisper to yourself what you're aware of. You might just name it. Self-judgment, self-aversion, rage, fear, a mental whisper. And the A of rain, allowing, is just what it sounds like. That you're letting whatever's coming up be there. These are the waves of the moment. And it's like saying, okay, this belongs in this moment. So you're acknowledging the reality without pushing it away. You can even mentally whisper something like, this belongs, or let be, just to allow space for what's here. Being with yourself through it. Now you can begin an investigation. That's the eye of rain. And that's primarily somatic, meaning in your body. With curiosity and an intention toward gentleness. So you can bring your interest to, okay, how is this living in my body? And as a way in, you might ask yourself, what am I believing right now? Am I believing that I failed? Am I believing that I'm a bad person? Am I believing that I'll never change? Am I believing that others will reject me? That others couldn't possibly respect me? A belief might come up easily, and if it doesn't, no worries. Whatever comes up, see if you can go to where the feelings right now are strongest in the body. So if you're believing that you're a failure, that you're deficient, flawed, how does that feel or not feel in the body? What's it like? Do you feel it perhaps in your throat or your chest or your belly? And to help yourself inhabit your body a bit more, just like you may have tried out with the pleasant experience practice before. Wherever you feel anything a little more strongly, I invite you to place your hand there. No need to worry too much, as and everyone else is focused on themselves. It's as if with your own gentle touch, you're inviting whatever's there to just come forward in your body. Breathe with it. And when you're feeling the self-judgment, or when you're feeling aversive, you might let your face take the expression that represents it. You can experiment with this. It can be helpful, especially if you're dissociated from your body somewhat. Let your posture express what you're feeling. So you're finding your way into your body. You might ask yourself, what am I unwilling or unable to feel? What's the worst part of this? And then feel into your body as you are able. Breathe with what's there. And this last part of investigating is to sense, what is this part of me that feels terrible or that feels vulnerable? What does it most need? How does it want me to be with it? And if it could have anything in the world right now, from your wisest self, or from anyone or anywhere in the world, what would it want? Would it want to be seen? To be understood? To be loved? To be cherished? To be forgiven? Just accepted? What flavor of love would most comfort and nourish? And as you feel into that, because this is the transition into the N of rain, which is nurture, you can let yourself be witnessing and listening from your most awake, wise heart. Just sensing, what does that part of you most need to remember or trust? And see if you can offer some message of care. You might put your hand on your heart if it's not there. You might even vary the touch so it's tender. You're communicating presence and tenderness, even if you don't feel it. It's okay to just go through the motions and send a message that you think will be most comforting. It could be simply, you're okay. You are enough. Trust yourself. Trust your goodness. Or it might be, I'm right here. I'm with you. I'm holding you in love. Offering any accessible self-compassion. And knowing that even if you're going through the motions, there's some deep part of you that wants to be able to hold yourself with love. And it may help to have the intention to receive, to let in love. Into your cells, the spaces between your cells. Letting it wash through your entire being. The final part of this practice is called After the Rain. And this is when you can sense the quality of presence that may have emerged. Perhaps you notice there's a bit more space, more tenderness, a little more openness and freedom. It may be just a small degree. It may be very profound. Whatever it is, notice if there's a shift from when you started as the self-judging self, and the quality of presence that's here. Who are you beyond the judging self or the self that feels judged? And what would your experience be like if you really trusted nothing is wrong with you? As we close this meditation, may you carry a more spacious and kind awareness into this day. Knowing this awareness as the innermost truth of who you are.